Thanks for coming to the Crisis Center today. We're excited that the annual campaign's coming because guess what? It helps all those we support. I'm Karla, Schwieger-Arnold. I'm the director of the Crisis Center. And what our agency does is truly help those that have been impacted by sexual assault, domestic violence, and we're getting a lot of human trafficking cases too, more and more of that. So what we do is we help with 24/7 advocacy. We're here available. There's always somebody on call. We have 2 homes that we can shelter people. With COVID, it's a little different. We're utilizing hotels and motels also. We help with protection orders, harassment orders. We can help with transportation. Financially, we can help people with medical, with car problems. The really cool thing about too is when somebody comes to us and needs help, we can basically help them get their life on track. A lot of times when people are fleeing, leaving a violent situation, they come to us with the clothes on their back because they just have to leave. So what does that mean? They mean they have no change of clothes. They don't have their driver's license. May or may not have that. May not have their birth certificate. They might not have anything for their children. So truly they can come here. They can provide shelter, clothing, food, and when they are able to get out on their own, into their own home, which is really exciting for us, then we can help with furniture and different things for what they need in the home. Just like you and I do, we get up in the morning, we make coffee. We need to have a stove, we need to have all those things. We can help with all those different things through the Crisis Center.
Hi, I'm Darci O'Neill. I'm the youth advocate here at the Crisis Center. So I just do basic advocacy with adult clients who come in here needing assistance, fleeing abusive relationships. I can do protection orders, offer shelter services, financial assistance, all that sort of stuff. But in my youth advocacy position specifically, I also provide services to the children of our adult clients. If they need to talk to anyone about the abuse that they've encountered and witnessed through their parents, they can come talk to me. I do lead a children's support group, again for the children of adult survivors. I was also going out to Boys Town and schools and giving presentations over basic life skills as well as healthy relationships, healthy boundaries, healthy, all that stuff.
I'm LaDonna Obermiller and I'm the assistant director here at the Crisis Center.
Hello, my name is Wichman and I am the shelter manager here at the Crisis Center. What I do here is I help families transition into permanent housing. If they need help getting a car, clothes, dishes, anything for daily life, I try to help them get what they can.
Welcome to the Crisis Center. I'm going to give you a tour here so you can kind of get an insight to what we do here. So as you first come in here, this is where our clients would first come in as well. There is security out here. There's a buzzer so that we don't let just anybody in. They come in and they know they're safe. We like to take them into this room. This is just a warm, safe space for people to come into. When they first come in, we don't know what their situation is. We try to offer water. Do they need something to eat? Do they have children? We have a playroom that I can show you, but just really make them feel comfortable and safe. Because you know what? They came from a situation that was not any of that. With the children coming in, we have a really nice room with a lot of cool toys for kids to play with. When parents are going through trauma and things, one of those things that children always can relate to is toys. So this room is for all the children to come in. Right now, if we do have kids come in, we're definitely sanitizing a lot immediately. But this is a place they can be if they have another adult with them, or sometimes their staff can help them. When I was talking about people coming to us with maybe the clothes on their backs, we do receive donations. We have a full-time volunteer. Right now, we just got a bunch of new ones. But just to give you a little insight of some of the things we have, they're in this room. It's clothing, it's dishes, bedding, all those types of things. So they can use them once they start on their own, or even if they come to us and they can sustain living, but they just need a place to go and they need all new things. And in each of those garages, that's where we keep the bedding, the couches, the tables, all of those types of things. So when people leave out of our safe homes, then they're able then to utilize those pieces. I don't know if I said this, but we also help them get a job. So we help with interviews, all of that too.
We had client E who came with her 3 children from out of state, and they kind of landed in Grand Island because her vehicle happened to break down here. She had contacted law enforcement reached out to us, and we made that connection with her. 2 of her boys, her youngest 2, are deaf or hard of hearing, and so it was a challenge to work with them a little bit. She came into our shelter. We were able to get them hooked up with the schools, get the kids enrolled, help her find a job. She currently is living in her own home with her boys. They'll be starting school here in a little bit. And one thing that stuck out for me is when we first showed her our donation room, that was the first time in 16 years she had been allowed to pick out her own clothing. And she stood there crying. And it took a little while to get herself composed because she just had never been allowed to do that in 16 years because her abuser had always picked him out for her. She wrote a poem that kind of talks about her experience with the domestic violence that I'm going to share. Fear befalls me, yet choosing a change. Fear fills this female when she sees you. Hurt, pain, and anxiety rise to the surface. Pain overflows when questions arise. You broke my heart. Deep down, we have been separated for ages. When illness struck, you lost your mind. That's when I lost my husband. Why? The near misses, the remarks that cut deep, rage towards me, nightmare, living nightmares. How could a man do such things? Honesty is where I go, meet the emotions where they are. The quote, "Time heals all wounds," is woefully untrue. I digress. I disagree. God heals all wounds if we allow. This woman has endured. This lady has scars. This female has survived, her children as well, to see a different life.
Thank you so much for your support to the Crisis Center and all the agencies.